it away. Leo Rivas, what have you done? Wow! Wow! Cal Raleigh stands alone. Cal Raleigh has transcended to legendary status. Hustling in, diving for the ball, making the catch is Robles. Holy smokes, what a play! A season-saving diving catch by Victor Robles.
It's that time of the year where who would have thought that the Mariners' magic number would just be down to 2? It could be 1 if the Yankees just beat the Mariners. But let's just get straight into Mariners baseball, as I literally just did not have time to even do any kind of an intro. Here's a ground ball foul as we're at 1 out right now on Goodman, and it's 2-2. And thank you, everyone, for being flexible with me. I apologize for being late. If anything, I think it should be the Washington Department of Transportation that owes me an apology because they just refused to fix their roads at a given amount of time, a given appropriate time. And now here is the 2-2 pitch to Miller. That's going to be popped up and fouled. Yeah, like they have this road project on Renton 405 that they are literally just not doing anything to it. They're waiting until like 2026 to have it done. They've had this project for 10 years. And they're still not done to this day. Like, it's reasons why we have insane traffic like this. Now the 2-2. Now here's a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. Throw to first. And that is in time. I think Naylor was able to scoop it up, and that's going to be 2 outs. And I'm trying to get to the Yankees game. It is the bottom of the 9th inning, and they are down 2-1 against Chicago. Another game to be looking at is also the other game to be looking at is also the Astros and the A's. So that's another thing to pay attention to. No outs so far for the Yankees. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And is that going to Robles? No, he's not going to make the catch. And that's going to be, Robles. I would have been like, hey, Robles, he should have got that. You sacrifice your body, but he's already sacrificed his body more than enough at this point. And now we're at 0-1 for Blaine Krim, that is. So right now, 3-2 for Wells. Now here's Krim with the 0-1, and now here is the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Now we're 2. Oh my goodness, a fly ball? Is that a fair ball for the Yankees? No, that's foul, the pitch. And that is going to be 1-2. Now we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball, and that should be playable. Here is Julio Rodriguez, and he makes the catch. That is going to retire the side. And we go to the very next inning, and it is no score. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code ROOFTOPSPORTS to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Trying to find the Yankees game. I think I got a comment so far. Oh, it's just not much. There are 3 men on base for the Yankees. It's Grisham up to the plate. Now the pitch. Now here's a liner. Oh, it's going to be a double play ball. Throw to second, throw to first. In time for the double play, and now they are down to their final out. It's almost like Chicago. Don't you want a better draft pick? What's in it for you guys to win? Like, do the Yankees really live that much rent-free in your head that you have to beat them that late in the season while you guys are pretty much just gone? So what's the agenda? What's in it for you guys to win? I'm just being irrational. And now here is Randy Arozarena to the plate. He is going to be leading off. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. And this is McCade Brown. He is 0-4 with a 9.17 ERA. I mean, this seems like a guy that the Mariners should be beating up on. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a curveball for a strike. Now we're at 0-2 for Arozarena. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. Now we're looking at next pitch. Up high for a ball. Now we're at 2-2. The pitch. Oh, that's a foul ball. That looked like that almost hit him too. We're at 2-2 for Arozarena, batting .235. Was an all-star this year. 27 home runs. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And an embarrassing strikeout on Randy Arozarena right there. And now we got Cal Raleigh up to the plate. He's on 58 home runs. He had broken Ken Griffey Jr.'s record while he was in Houston. And he has a chance to try to get to 60. Looks like it's still bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs. And now here's the pitch to Dumper. And that's going to be a foul ball. Cody Bellinger's now up to the plate as we're at 0-1 for Cal Raleigh. Now here is the pitch to Bellinger. And that's going to be popped up and foul. They are down to their final strike. Bellinger's down to that final strike. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. And that's popped up and fouled again for Cal Raleigh itself. And that is a foul ball. As now we're at 0-2 for the Dumper. And the pitch to Bellinger. And that gets away. Oh, my goodness. And that could score. And the Yankees have just tied the game. They tied the game, and the magic number could be down to 1 if the Mariners win. Or if the Yankees win. Oh, my goodness. A wild pitch. Now we're at 0-2 for Cal Raleigh. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball foul. I cannot believe what I just saw. A wild pitch. It got away. They were down to that final strike. Now we're at 0-2 for Dumper. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. That was right down the middle. He had to swing at that one. But it was a foul ball. The Yankees are still alive in this game. Now we're at 0-2 for Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball again. It's in a weird world that we live in that Mariners fans are now cheering for the Yankees. I mean, it is for situational purposes. And now we're at 0-2, and now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. Did that hit Cal Raleigh? And I think yes, it did. And now he gets to first base. Let's see if it really did hit him. And it did. I hope Cal Raleigh is okay. Oh, that's not good. Now he's on first base, but luckily Cal Raleigh is okay. Now here's Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. He's batting .268. He's had a turnaround season, much better season than a little better season than he did last season. 24 was an absolute disaster season for him. And now let's see what Julio can do. As he has 31 home runs, batting .268 with 94 RBIs. He has a chance to get to 100 RBIs himself. And now the pitch. And that is way inside for a ball. And that is going to be ball one. Julio batting .268. I already said that. And the pitch. And that is up high for a ball two. As we are at 2-0 for Julio Rodriguez. And now the pitch. And that is up high for a ball three. Julio almost swung at that one. And it's now going to be a 3-0 count. Yankees are still up to bat. Now we're at 3-0, the pitch. And that is ball four, take your base. And I wonder who is next up to the plate. Looks like it's Josh Naylor. He has a chance to do some damage as we got one out. Jose Caballero's on the Yankees? I had no idea. Now it could be a former Mariner that could save the day for the Yankees, help get the Mariners to the magic number of 1. And now the pitch. And that is a strike to Caballero, the former Mariner. But also, of course, got to focus on the Mariners game itself, which is still more important than, of course, the Yankees-White Sox game. He's batting .344 for the month of September. He has been on fire. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled for Josh Naylor. And that is a 0-1 count. As I am also looking at the Jose Caballero, the Yankees, and the White Sox game. As now we're at 0-1 for Josh Naylor. And the pitch. And that is a strike. That was right down the middle. That was his pitch to swing, absolutely. Jose Caballero has a chance to be the hero for the Yankees and for the Mariners. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. That is 2-2. Josh Naylor is waiting on an 0-2. Got Cal Raleigh at second. Julio at first. Got 2 men on. Got a runner in scoring position. 1 out so far. Happened by a strikeout. And now the 0-2 pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be a double play ball. Go to second and go to first. And that is in time for the double play and a wasted inning for the Mariners. And now that is going to retire the side. We go to the top of the second inning. It is 0-0. Huge wasted opportunity, especially against the Rockies out of all teams. You're making this guy look like a Cy Young pitcher already in the first inning. I know I shouldn't be negative, but it's like, it's the Rockies. You got to beat this team. They're bad for a reason. Now the pitch to Caballero. That's a foul ball. And Caballero is keeping it alive as much as he can. As now we're at 2-2 for Jose Caballero going up against Wilson. It is 2-2. If the Yankees win this game, magic number for the Mariners will be down to 1. Now it's 2-2. Clock is going down. And the 2-2 pitch. And a foul ball. We're seeing crazy things in baseball. We have seen a lot of crazy things throughout the entire season. And let's close the regular season with a playoff appearance. Caballero is still on the awaiting as there is still commercial break going on for the Mariners. And now the 2-2 pitch. And he reaches, and that's going to be a foul ball way outside the strike zone. He shouldn't have swung at that one. So much for Yankee Stadium being such a hitter's park, and yet it's only a 2-2 game. Now it's 2-2. It looks like we're getting close to being back from the break. Talking about season ticket memberships on sale. We're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And here comes the run. Here's Aaron Judge. And the Yankees have won. And now the magic number for the Mariners is down to 1. The Yankees walking off on a walk-off RBI single by Jose Caballero. He is the hero. A Mariner doing things for the Mariners, an ex-Mariner. How about that? And now the Mariners just have to take care of business. And now the magic number is down to 1. 1, 1. Thank you very much, Yankee. The evil empire has helped the Rebel Alliance. Now we're back to the Mariners game, as now we're at 0-1, and now the pitch, and that's going to be a liner and fouled. So right now the Mariners completely control their own destiny. They absolutely control their own destiny. Magic number for the Mariners is down to 1. And now here is the 0-2 pitch. Up high for a ball. And Daniel Kramer said it himself. Yankees just walked off the White Sox, meaning that the Mariners can clinch a postseason berth with a win over the Rockies here tonight. So it all comes down to this, as we're at 1-2 for Jordan Beck. And now here is the pitch. Now here's a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit, and that is easily going to be extra big. Randy Rose, run your freaking ass, and let's go, go, go. At least could have held him to a single, but he's literally just jogging. It's like, hey, you know the playoffs is yours tonight if you win. Just lack of urgency really just gets me. Only fitting that a former Mariner gives the Mariners a chance to clinch the playoff spot tonight. Now here is Tovar, and here's the play. He's going to bunt it, and now he's going to go to first base, and that is going to be out, but barely. And now we've got a runner on third base. I would probably intentionally walk him, knowing that Bryce Miller doesn't really strike out much because he doesn't really mix it up very well, and his fastball really hasn't really amounted to much this season. So I would just do the intentional walk and just try to take a chance for a double play. You don't want to fall early, especially against a team called the Colorado Rockies. Out of all teams, would just be absolutely embarrassing if the Mariners cannot complete this win. Now here is the pitch to Doyle, and a swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Brenton Doyle. And let's not also forget we have the Houston Astros also playing their game against the A's. And you know for sure you're cheering for the A's on this one, obviously, as we're at 0-1 for Brenton Doyle. And now here is the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. So now you can get the strikeout or try to get some kind of an easy out. So that way you can get the second out and hopefully leave the runner at third base. As now we're at 0-2. And now here is the pitch. And that is up high for a ball, just right on the outside corner. As now we're at 1-2. I know my butterflies are just completely just shaking on me that Mariners have an excellent chance. They have a huge chance to clinch the playoff spot, as we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. Bryce Miller's trying to fool him, but he just happened to get contact on that one. So now we're going to be at 1-2. Doyle's batting .234. Miller is starting to get up there in the pitches. He's at 24. And now we're at 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Now we've got 2 outs. Now we can just get out of this jam. Astros have Altuve, Correa, Paredes, Christian Walker, Yainer Diaz, Jake Myers, Zach Cole, Cam Smith, and Mauricio Dubon. And now here is Karros up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. Kyle Karros. And I wonder if his father was known to be Eric Karros, because it really does look like his father is Eric Karros. And his father is Eric Karros. As now we're at 0-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Yep, Eric Karros, all right. He was a major leaguer. Yep, Eric Karros was a longtime Dodger from 1991 all the way to 2002. And now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. So, yeah, Eric Karros was... Yeah, he was a longtime Dodger for the first baseman. He played alongside with Mike Piazza, the likes of Sean Green, Kevin Brown, and Gary Sheffield. And now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And that is a ball. Now we're at 2-2 for Karros. You got to get this guy out really fast. Now we're at 2-2 for Karros. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball and foul, thankfully. We're at 2-2. And now here's the pitch. Low for a ball, and Bryce Miller, just throw strikes. Don't try to get cute. I know, I shouldn't be feeling like this because it seems like it's inevitable that the Mariners make the playoffs, but you just want to get it done fast. I know I'm all about that instant gratification, but you just don't want to think around. As now we're at 3-2 for Karros. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and this is going to be trouble. Diving stop, throw to first, and not in time, and that is going to score in the run. And J.P. Crawford, what were you doing? Why was Polanco doing all the work, and what in the world were you doing at shortstop? As we're seeing the play, like that was really like what was Polanco doing getting in the way as well? And now it's going to be a 1-0 game. And yes, that was safe. Absolutely. There was no way he could have called that out. And now it's a 1-0 lead on the Rockies. And now here is Farmer up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss, and that is a strike. Mariners, you know you're playing the Rockies, right? This is where emotions really settle in. As we're at 0-1 the pitch, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. Just to think that they were literally just 1 strike away from just getting out of this inning. And you have Kyle Karros, who's batting .225, and you're getting beat up by players that don't even hit that well. Just a rookie, too. As we're at 0-2, and now here is the pitch. Outside for a ball, way outside, and Bryce Miller is really just messing around. As now we're at 1-2. No, Greasebees, you have every right to be negative as much as I do. As we're at 1-2. I mean, I'm negative right now. The 1-2 pitch. And it's going to be a foul ball. And for some reason, like Bryce Miller is just seems to be going out of his way And I think this game is a very overwhelming amount of evidence on why he cannot be a pitcher for the playoffs. Like, at best, he could just be a bullpen pitcher. He is not a starter at this point. He was last year, but the Mariners squandered that away. As now we're at 1-2, and now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. And I ain't clapping at all. Why are these fans clapping? He just gave up a run. And now you got Jorge Polanco, Eugenio Suarez, and Dominic Canzone. They're going to have their opportunities, but when you're down 1-0, it kind of just, you would think it just shakes your confidence quite a bit. And now I really need a break. I'm really just...
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
Yeah, that play at shortstop was just very questionable. Where is the game? It's in Seattle, Paul. I don't have the game. Sorry. I can't play the game. I don't have broadcasting rights. Unless you want to make me, if you want to help, like donate to this channel, subscribe, watch my channel, and make it bigger so you guys can help me get to the level where I can try to negotiate to like maybe broadcast a Mariners game, but I would have to be like a bajillionaire to do that. Yankees clinched their playoff berth, and now the Tigers are now out of the playoff. Not out of the playoff, but they're in the wild card, and now the pitch. And that is a strike. The Astros did not score in the first inning, the top of the first. Now it's up to the A's to see what they can do. And that's going to be a fair ball for the A's, and that could be extra bases. He's going to get there for a double. And he does get there in time. And now here is the pitch by Polanco. Here it is. And now there's going to be a fly ball to left field and foul. Yeah, J.P. Crawford's really bad fielding. He was just really, hey, Matthew, how's it going? He was really just being lazy and had Jorge Polanco had to do all that work. It wasn't fair to him. And now the pitch up high for a ball. Yeah, J.P. really cannot be shortstop of the future if he's going to keep playing like that. And now we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And Polanco is keeping it alive. As now we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. That is out inside for a ball, way inside. And that is going to be 2-2. Yeah, would like to get the Mariners playoffs done by now. Now the pitch, swing and a miss right down the middle for strike 3. And the Mariners, it seems that maybe they are playing with just no urgency because they're just letting the Rockies name get to them. It's like, cut the crap. Like, they're just underestimating. Like, they're not playing like whatever happened to the Astros from the Mariners, that should be happening right now, especially for a team that's lost 100 games. And now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. And we're probably going to see a game like this with no offense whatsoever. But it's okay. We got Mariners media members. I will just blame it on T-Mobile Park. And now here is the 0-1 pitch. Up high for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. Mariners really, yeah, I guess the Mariners are feeling the pressure. As now we're at 1-1. And now here is the pitch. That's a strike. I mean, Suarez was questioned. I mean, I agree with it too. But it was way outside. And now we're at 1-2 for Suarez. And now here is the pitch. And way outside for a ball. And that is going to be 2-2. It really should be 3-1. Now at 2-2. And the pitch. And strike 3 called. He didn't even look at it. He didn't even bother swinging at it. And now that's going to be 2 outs. And now it's going to be Dom Canzone up to the plate. And this is where things get really frustrating, where you're literally playing the Rockies. The Rockies! I mean, let me see how bad this team really is. And yet you're still losing to them. You're making Brown look like a Cy Young winner. He's already had 3 strikeouts. And now here is Canzone up to the plate. And now the pitch right down the middle for a strike. Canzone's batting .296 on the season with a .353 OBP. And now the pitch way low for a ball. Canzone in September has hit .371 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. As now we're at 1-1. And now here is the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 2-1. Yeah, Colorado is 43-113. They're literally playing the opposite of the 2001 Mariners, and you're still losing to this team. As now we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. Up high for a ball, 3-1. On deck is going to be Victor Robles and J.P. Crawford. And now we're at 3-1. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. And that is going to be 3-2. And that was also off the strike zone. So this umpire is he's really off his game today. Because now we're at 3-2. And now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. I'm going to go and get some food. I'm really cranky right now.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. Put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki. Tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese. Arch your heart. And the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
Yeah, it seems that the Mariners are just not taking this team. They're not taking the Rockies seriously at all. I'm going to put that on Twitter X. Mariners are giving off the vibes like they... And we are back from the break, and we got good old Jamie Moyer here. He is visiting the booth. And that is going to be outside for a ball. This is Rittler. Might as well call him the Riddler. As we're at 1-0. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be 2-0. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Yeah, I hate it when people are gonna say, "Oh, it's just one game. We have plenty of time." Like, no, like finish the job now. Now here is the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to JP. Throw to first. That's gonna be in time, and that's gonna be one down. Like, honestly, I think it's really embarrassing that you're letting yourselves lose to the Rockies out of all teams. Now here is Moniak up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball. Oh, it's just fly ball. Here's Robles. He makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs already. And how about that? Looks like the A's just scored. Good news there. A's are up now 1-0. So if the Mariners win tonight and the A's win tonight, magic number will be 1. Now here's the pitch to Goodman, and that is a ball. I was mentally ready for a letdown already. Now we're at 1-0. And now here is the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 2-0. The Astros gave up a run because of miscommunications on a pop-up. And now we're at 2-0 and a pitch. And that is a strike. So Jamie Moyer, who was on the booth, he was the Mariners pitcher from 1996 to 2006. He made it to 2 postseasons. It was technically 3, but he was injured in the 2000 ALCS. Now here's the 2-1 pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. Excuse me. Now we're at 2-2. Up next, it's going to be Victor Robles, J.P. Crawford, and Randy Rosarena. And the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that is going to be a base hit to center field. And again, I just don't think the Mariners are taking this seriously. Either the pressure's just getting to them, or they're just downplaying their opponent, which they do tend to do. They do tend to downplay their opponent. Now I got to look up some stats and see if anything I'm saying is actually correct. And now here is Krim up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-1. Too bad Josh is not here. Could really use him. 2017 Cleveland Browns didn't even have an opportunity to collapse. They were already just bad. As now we're at 0-1 for Krim, and now here is the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball, 1-1. I mean, look at that. It was literally just, yeah, they were just bad. Now we're at 1-1. Checks the runner at first. Bryce Miller does. And now the 1-1. And now here's a liner to center field, and Julio makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. And now we go into the bottom of the 3rd inning. And I'm hungry. That's all I'm going to say.
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month. Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports, as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, Become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this.
Yep, we're on commercial break, but yeah, Jamie Moyer, he was not a man known for his speed and his power on his pitching. He was known for finesse, control, and just throwing the sluggers off balance. Kind of a concept that has kind of been gone from baseball for years. Really miss those kind of pitchers like Jamie Moyer. He really made the game much more fun to watch because he was about strategy. And we are back from the break. And we're talking about an update, and they're saying that, I'm pretty sure they're saying that Oakland scored, and now here it was, or the Sacramento. Brett Rooker hit a pop fly with 2 outs, and there was a heavy amount of miscommunication, and they failed to catch it. Now we're at 2-0. I mean, we're back from the break. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And this is Brown, who has just been absolutely efficient for the Rockies. I don't think the Mariners have even gotten a hit. Now the pitch, swing and a miss. Yeah, literally a no-hitter is being played right now. As now we're at 0-2 for Victor Robles. And now here is the pitch. And strike 3 called, and the umpire, he takes a long time just to call balls to strike. It's really getting annoying. But it barely hit that strike zone. And now we're at 1 out already. 4 strikeouts for Brown. Unbelievable. 5 strikeouts, sorry. Like, this is a guy that's 0-4. He's one of the worst pitchers in baseball. Now, here is J.P. Crawford, and he got to make up for this. Now, here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. He is 0-4 with a 9.17 ERA, and he's already halfway to his season strikeout numbers, and that's going to be outside for a ball. He has 5 strikeouts already. Like, we're talking about a guy that doesn't even strike out batters, and he's still striking out Mariners. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. As now we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Brown. And as of now, he's pretty much on pace to beat Randy Johnson's record or Roger Clemens' record for strikeouts in a single game of 20. Now we're going to have to wait and see what goes next. Now here is Rosarena, and that is way outside for a ball. Rosarena is 0-for-1 with a strikeout. He's batting .234. Was an all-star, and now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and right down the middle. And now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball popped up into center field. And he makes the catch. And yep, that just retired the side. Didn't even pay attention to that.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
with your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
And we are back from the break. We are back in the top of the inning, which would be really funny is if the Mariners literally lose this game 1-0. That's what I'm terrified for. Now here's Bryce Miller. He's going to be pitching to Beck, and now here's going to be a pop-up and foul. I believe Beck was the one who hit the double, and then he scored, and that was where Randy Arozarena was literally just jogging out there. Like, he's got to hustle. I think he could have at least prevented a double. Now here is the pitch. Now here's a ground ball. Ooh, foul. Every team in the league has nuked this dude. Why can't we? I know, right? As we're at 0-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. Now here is Tovar, and now the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. Because now we're at 0-1. This is Ezekiel Tovar. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field, and that is going to be well out of play. And that's going to be 0-2. And oh dear, the Astros have now the bases loaded. I'm telling you, the bases loaded with nobody out. Now we're at 0-2 for Tovar. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball again. I want to look at what's the next games for the Mariners. Who do they got next after this? As we're at 0-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to be 2 outs. We've got Castillo going to be the pitcher on Wednesday. And then we got Brian Wu also on Thursday himself. So Mariners have to at least win the series. Like, you cannot lose the series to the Rockies. Would just be absolutely embarrassing. And now here is to Doyle. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. So many foul balls on Bryce Miller. Now he's getting close to pitch number 60. So I think the bullpen is going to be busy tonight. And that's what you would have expected out of Bryce Miller, as he does tend to struggle. He has struggled this entire season. The pitch outside for a ball. Oh, good. Bryce Miller lost another. Yeah, it looks like his velocity is down too. So it's not like he's anything of fast either. Now the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. Now it's going to be 2-1 for Doyle. And the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to JP, the throw to first. And that is in time. And that is going to be a 1-2-3 inning. And we're already going into the bottom of the 4th inning. And I'm telling you, Mariners offense better wake up or things can get ugly.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck. Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings. Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
And we are back from the break. We've got Brown that is just completely embarrassing the Mariners. Astros just tied the game. Now here's Cal Raleigh, the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Cal Raleigh got hit by the pitch. Now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to center field, and that is not going to get it done. And the Riddler makes the catch, and that is going to be 1 out. And now it's Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. Yeah, seriously, like, I think Hunter Brown, if that's his, no, Mark Brown. McCade Brown is the guy. And now here is Julio Rodriguez. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. As now we're at 0-1 for Julio Rodriguez. And now here is the pitch. And again, swing and a miss. And dude, Julio, that was literally right out of the strike zone. Like, be patient, man. As now we're at 0-2. He walked his last at bat. I don't understand why they're showing the stolen bases. He's not even on first base. Now the 0-2 pitch. And that is outside for a ball. And that is 1-2. And we're going to try this again. And now the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is now strikeout number 7 for McCade Brown. Unbelievable. What is going on? Like, I just can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Like, this really should not be happening. Like, what is going on? And now here is the pitch to Josh Naylor, and that is inside for a ball. And now here is a 2-0 pitch. And now here's going to be a foul ball. We're at 2-1. Magic number to clinch the AL West is 3. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, 3-1. So Josh Naylor looks like, yeah, I would be patient if I were you. Finish the job, Magic number 3. Now the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, and that is going to be a base hit. And the Mariners finally get a base hit. And let me give yourself a round of an applause. Mariners are still alive in this inning. And now it's going to be Jorge Polanco. Usually good with the 2 outs in the clutch situation. Now the throw to first, and that's going to be not in time. Would really love to witness a Mariner moment of making the playoffs. Because now we're at 0-1. And the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. As now we're at 0-1. And now let's go throw to first, and that's going to be not in time. McCade Brown is really making himself into a Cy Young Award winner, at least for today, as he's able to get 7 strikeouts on the Mariners in 4 innings. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. And it's just these lazy swings. As now we're at 0-2. Now here is the pitch. And now it's going to be popped up, and that's not going to get it done. Doesn't even leave the infield. And he makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side.
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month. Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports, as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this. Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides: golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings. The 0-2 pitch.
You gotta love these guys.
He literally just swing. He
Oh
literally
my God.
just swinged
None
at
of
the
those
dirt.
were in the strike zone.
It wasn't even in the strike zone, and he just swinged it. Like, why?
Like, literally, that wasn't Taylor Scott being good. That was just you
really
just
bad.
swinging at crap.
And we are back from the break. We got Karros, Kyle Karros, who hit the fielder's choice RBI. Now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be, oh, and it bounces off of Bryce Miller. Hurry up. What are you doing? Throw to, like, Bryce Miller, what are you doing? Like, were you really that phased? Or are you like, oh, he's actually hurt. And it really ricocheted off of Bryce Miller. And Eric, Kyle Karros. Oh, I don't know. I can't even spell his name. I guess it was too painful for him to make the play. So many of these comebackers, and it hit him in the ass, literally. I mean, was it really that painful to really make a play? He seems to be okay. I wonder how much that's going to affect his pitching. Well, while we're waiting, let's look at McCade Brown's pitching. This is what he does. He gave up 6 runs in September 6th. On September 11th, 2 runs, and then 3 runs. In August, like, he's given up a run every single game. So theoretically, this could be his first career game where he doesn't give up a run. I know. And it was actually 9 before this game even started. Matthew, I said hi. How's it going? Like, I am so focused on this game. I completely even forgot, like, how many shows I have done, what else I've been doing. And Bryce Miller is okay, but I don't know if he'll be okay for long. And now we're at 0-1, or 0 for 1 is Kyle Farmer, or whatever his name is, Farmer. I'm on show number 67. Yeah, it seems like, I mean, you would think that they would be taking the momentum into the Colorado Rockies, but when it's the Rockies, and that is a strike, like, I don't care if the Rockies are a bad team. Like, you still got to play them like they're your worst enemies. Like, don't ever underestimate. You got to show no mercy. Mercy? Yeah, there's no mercy in this game. That's Kyle Farmer, by the way. Now, here is the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. And now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch, and that is a foul ball. Now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be double play ball. Throw to second and the throw to first. And that gets wide. Like, what was that throw? Luckily, no one goes to second base on that one, but a very atrocious throw by Jorge Polanco. Like, what in the world was he doing? It should have been an easy routine double play. And Polanco with an awful throw. It wasn't even close. Like, what are they doing? Honestly, the Mariners deserve to be playing a team like the Yankees at this point. And now here is the Riddler. And a pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be double play ball. Throw to second and the throw to first. And this time that is in time for the double play. And that's going to retire the side. And we are going to go into the bottom of the 5th inning. And this game has really been breezing along. It's barely an hour into the game. And we're already like halfway there. And all I can say is this. Mercy is for the weak. Here in the street, in competition, the man confronts you. He is the enemy. An enemy deserves no mercy. And that's what the Mariners should be doing. Like, put no mercy. They're giving the Rockies mercy. Astros got a man on first base.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
All right. So Angie Mentic is actually taking over for Jen Mueller. Oh, okay. Looks like bad news. We got Brian Wu. He's going to be skipping his very next start. So that's really going to put strain on the Mariners for their opportunities to really get some ground going. And now here is Eugenio Suarez up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. I didn't even have to assume what the umpire was going to say. Or I didn't have to wait for him. I just knew that was going to be a strike. And now here is the 0-1. And that's going to be a foul ball. Mariners' magic number is down to 1. If they win this game, they will clinch a spot in the playoffs. As now we're at 0-2, the pitch. And that is going to be strike 3 called, and he knew it. And that's going to be 1 out. That was a huge curveball. That is now strikeout number 8. And if you're in fantasy baseball, you probably should have added McCade Brown to your fantasy team. I would have. And now here's Canzone, way outside for a ball. And he's only on 64 pitches, too. And we're at 1-0 for Canzone. And now here is the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That is going to be 2-0. Canzone is at 2-0. He is 0 for 1. And now here is the 2-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that is going to be strike 1. Mariners are literally missing on easy pitches. And now we're at 2-1 in the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball, and that's going to be 3-2. Yeah, it's really embarrassing to watch. Like, I know. McCade Brown has 8 strikeouts and the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right field. And that is gone. The Mariners have tied the game. And they are back in business with a game-tying home run by Dominic Canzone, and it is now the Mariners 1 and the Rockies 1. And boy, did the Mariners really need that in a timely manner, because we were just getting embarrassed by a guy with like a 9-something ERA, and now that just woke me up. And now let's go. Let's keep this going, and I will forget about being 8 strikeout guy by a 9 ERA pitcher. LFG. Oh my goodness. And now here's the pitch. Oh, and that was a foul ball. That nearly hit Robles, but he fouled it. So when are they going to pull ahead? I'm patiently waiting. I have no patience for this. You keep stats? Sort of. Now here is Victor Robles, the pitch, and he swings at the dirt, and that is going to be strike 2. And then it's going to be 0-1, and now here is the pitch, and that is going to be a ball. And now here's the 1-2. And strike 3 called, and he knew it. And that's going to retire this. I'm sorry, we got 2 outs so far. Thank God Canzone just woke us up with a home run. Yeah, Tigers are an absolute embarrassment. How in the world did they just melt down like that? And now, because of that, Cleveland now has the division. They're now tied. Now here's the pitch to Crawford. And that's going to be inside for a ball. As now we're at 1-0 for the JP. And now here is the pitch. Way low for a ball. And that is going to be ball 1. JP batting .266 with 12 home runs. A pretty good bounce back year from last season because he was very disappointing. Got to the point he lost his leadoff spot. Now the pitch. Up high for a ball. Ball 3. So I'm on show number 67. I have, by the Dodgers game, I'll be at 70. And now we're at 3-0. The pitch. Up high for ball 4. And now it's going to be up to Randy Arozarena to take care of business, as if the Mariners are back in business. Shane Waldron, yeah. Oh, and it looks like we got the manager coming out, or the pitching coach. And I wonder what's going on. I don't want to know. Yeah, Canzone literally rocketed it out of there. Yeah. How you doing? Whew, I've been so focused in this game, I haven't even told people to subscribe to my channel either. I'm just too distracted. Now here's Randy Arozarena up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Arozarena is 0-2. He has struck out and flied out. As now we're at 0-1. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. And that's going to be 0-2. Canzone is designated hitter today. As now we're at 0-2 for Arozarena. And now the pitch. And that is up high for a ball. Catcher tried framing it. And also, for anyone that had missed the update, Major League Baseball will be going to the ABS challenge system to challenge balls and strikes. As now we're at 1-2. And the throw to first. And that is not in time. As we're at 1-2 for the El Rando Grando. And he's got to play like the Grando. 1-2. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called. And that is going to retire the side. That's got to be 10 strikeouts for Brown. And now it's going to retire the side. We're going to have Mickey Moniak, Goodman, and Krim up to the plate. And those were the guys those are the top hitters on the team. But Brown has now 10 strikeouts. It's a freaking miracle that the Mariners even got 1 run in there. They are, and this is literally the first game where he was pitching almost a shutout inning. Like, this is his best performance, and it just happens to be against the Mariners. Everyone else, he was just getting humiliated.
Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
Let's look at other scores in the ball game. We've got Reds and Pirates. So who cares? These games don't really matter. Why am I even looking at this? All right, here it is. We've got Twins beating up on the Rangers. Royals are pretty much out anyway. Dodgers are beating the Diamondbacks. Padres are winning, so there's only a 2-game differential from each other. So the Mariners, another reason why the Mariners really have to go out and just sweep the Dodgers or sweep the Rockies. And now we are back from the break. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a liner to right field, and that is fouled. Mickey Moniak was almost making something happen for the Rockies. And that's going to be an 0-1 count. We're already in the top of the 6th inning. Unbelievable. This game has just been breezing. As now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. That is 1-1. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. Jake Myers just missed the catch for the A's in the for the Astros, and the A's just caught a break. Now we're at 1-2, and now here's the pitch to Moniak. Low for a ball, and he wasn't fooled on that one. Bryce Miller's just got to try to pitch more on the insides. As we're at 2-2 on the Moniak. And the pitch. Now it's a liner and foul, and it just seems the way that Moniak is hitting with pretty high exit velocities that are going foul, you would think that's only a matter of time until he actually hits a big one. Now we're at 2-2. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be fouled back. Still going to be 2-2, and they're just dicing up on Miller. Now we're at 2-2. And here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and he wasn't fooled on that one. Bryce Miller, I think he's making an excellent case why he cannot be the starter if the Mariners make the playoffs. That's the crazy thing. It's not even a matter of when right now because they still haven't locked it up. And now here is the 3-2 pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. Victor Robles lost it, and now he's going to go to second, and the throw to second is going to be not in time. And now we've got runner on second base with just nobody out. And I said it. I was really scared because the way that Moniak was hitting all those foul balls and very high exit velocities and really good hits, it was only a matter of time that he was going to just get on base. As soon as the Mariners hit a home run, it seems that the Astros are going to be on the verge of answering right back. And now here is Hunter Goodman. And now here is the pitch. Now it's going to be a Foul ball. Like, you were on 2 strikes on him, and you still gave it up. I think now to think of it in hindsight, maybe the Mariners should have traded away Bryce Miller because looked like he just had peaked in 24. Because now we're at 0-1, and now the pitch up high for a ball, and Bryce Miller just seems lost. Now we're at 1-1. And the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to third. Eugenio Suarez, throw to first. And that's going to be in time. And that is going to be 1 away.
All right, guys. Goodbyes only. Don't forget it. Stop it. Thank you.
Mariners clinch a playoff berth if they win tonight, which would be a huge moment for not only the Mariners, but Dan Wilson himself, who had taken over for Scott Service last season after the Mariners organization had seen enough of Scott Service. But doesn't matter. But right now, Mariners have got to take care of business. And now here's the pitch. That is outside for a ball. And Bryce Miller's pitching is just too predictable. It's anything special. As now we're at 1-0 for Blaine Krim. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and that is 2-0. Edward Bizardo is now in the bullpen because I think Bryce Miller is pretty much done after this inning, and I would actually agree with myself on that. Mariners have 5 hard hit balls, while Colorado has 8 hard hit balls. And now it's going to be a 3-0 count. And honestly, Bryce Miller, just walk the guy. Just accept it. It's freaking Krim. I would just walk him. Just point the finger and just say walk. Like, it's not even worth it. And the pitch. And that is a strike. Honestly, that's the one time I wanted the umpire to say that was a ball because it was a ball. Each team can get 2 challenges and keep them if they're successful. Challenges can only be initiated by pitcher, catcher, or batter, and the request must come right after the pitch. Wow. As now we're at 3-1, and now here is the pitch. Outside for ball 4, take your base. And again, I said just do the intentional walk. And now we got runners on first and second. The good news is on this one, there's going to be a double play opportunity. And now here comes Pete Woodworth up to the mound. Going to have a little chat with Bryce Miller. And Bryce Miller is just not having a good game. Like, he's just not looking good. Like, I hate to say it, but I think the bullpen's going to have to take care of the job. But the Mariners absolutely needed a good outing out of Bryce Miller so they can rest up the arms. And that's why getting the Mariners a 2 seed would be very critical because the arms, like Brian Wu, needs some time away. The bullpen needs some rest. Like, there's a lot that can go wrong. And now there's Beck up to the plate. Jordan Beck, who hit the double, and he scored. Yeah, that was Jordan Beck who hit the double, and Randy Arozarena was literally just jogging it. Now the pitch, and that is outside for a ball. And again, Miller, they got to pull him out. Miller is just not having his game. It's just not there for him. He's not pitching that good at all. Only 4 strikeouts, too. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to left center field. Here's Julio. And he makes the catch. And now tagging at second is Moniak. And also tagging at first as well as Grimm. And now we got 2 outs. But there's a runners on second and third. Canzone is a chud. He's been on a tear hitting 300. But yeah, but it hasn't been enough because it's only a tie ball game. That looked like a really good hit, too. I think that if that was in the Kingdom, that would have been just gone. And now we got Tovar up to the plate. And now here comes Dan Wilson, and about time that he finally pulls out Bryce Miller. It's going to be up to Eduardo Bizzardo, and he has seen enough of Bryce Miller, and Bryce Miller did not have a good game. He just looked completely lost. It's a freaking miracle. Like, if it was any other team, that would have been like 4 runs right there. And I don't understand why he's giving a standing ovation. Like, I don't think his performance necessarily warranted a standing ovation. Like, yeah, 6 innings, gave up only 1 run, but if you were actually paying attention to it, he looked completely lost. He wasn't hitting his strike zone. Command was terrible. I cannot give him a standing ovation. I just can't. I just won't. I can't swallow my pride on that one.
My point is it's across all Seattle sports. It's this idea, like people pleading 3-4 years ago to bring back Ichiro when Ichiro's like 93 years old. I'm like, no, I do not want to bring back Ichiro. Like Griffey when he's got a walker out there and he gives you a single every 60 games. Like the list goes on and on. Like people crying, like Haniger comes back, and you think that we just signed a Hall of Famer. Like he was injured all of last year. He's like 33 years old. We trade for him, give up on Robbie Ray, which whatever, and all of a sudden, I swear, all of Twitter is like, "World Series, baby! Let's go! Let's go!" He was a negative WAR player for them last year, but because we love Hanny, baby. He's going to come and save the Mariners.
And now we are back from the break, and it's going to be Eduardo Bizzardo, and they're showing Bryce Miller only 4 strikeouts. He gave up 5 hits, 1 run, and it was an earned run. 84 pitches. The Mariners fans are too sentimental, and I'm born and raised. Elaborate that a little bit further, Mr. James. Would like to see what that's all about. But yeah, I didn't think that his performance warranted a standing ovation. Like, and now here we got Eduardo Bizzardo, who's up on the mound. Been having a good season, but he can show his volatility. And now here is the pitch, way up high for a ball. Yeah, biggest game of the year for him. Yep, for the Mariners, because it is a chance to clinch the playoffs. And not only that, your work is not done there. Now you got to go for the division. And now we got 1-0 for Tovar. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. Bizzardo has been big time. I still think he's only a mid-tier reliever for the Mariners, though. As now we're at 1-1 on Tovar. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a liner, and that is going to be a base hit. That is for sure going to bring in 2 runs. And now here is the throw to the plate, and that is not in time. And now the Mariners have just squandered it. And now the Rockies have taken a 3-1 lead against the fucking Rockies. Really? They're the worst team in baseball. This is exactly what I was concerned about. They beat up on the Astros, humiliated them, and they're not even taking this team seriously. This is what I was worried about. I was worried that the Mariners were going to take their foot off the gas pedal, and this is exactly what they're doing. Now here is Doyle up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. I don't know, Fritz. It's just that the patience level is very, very low. We all want it badly. We just do. It's to the Rockies. Do I have to tell you guys, remind you guys how bad they really are? Here's how bad they are. They're 43-113. Yeah. Like, it's got to be really hard. Like, you have to literally try to lose this team. That's what I feel like what they're doing. Like, it's embarrassing. As now we're at 0-1, and And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike, strike 2. And it doesn't make the magic number any easier. Like if the Astros win the game, it's going to get things difficult. And that is going to be low for a ball. And this team just looks completely lost. Like their average batting average as a team is 239. OBP is 295. And you're still letting them kick your ass. And now we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Suarez. Throw to first. And that is in time. And honestly, I'd be booing this team right now if I was at T-Mobile Park. That's the problem with this team. They are too worried about the 2 seed. No, I think they are just complacent that they were playing the Rockies. And they thought that this game was going to be handed to them on a silver freaking platter. But I can see where your points are coming from, though. I really can. I don't think so. Like, you got McCade Brown, like, on 10 strikeouts. He's literally on fire. He has the hot hand. So I don't think the Mariners are going to come back from this. I just don't see it. And probability-wise, Rockies are at 56% chance. Like, when the games start, like, man. I know, get into the playoffs, because if the Mariners aren't careful and they lose all these games, they will miss the playoffs. I know, like, there's feelings of that. I just want to turn this game off because it's just so frustrating. It's definitely complacency. It's 100% complacency. Like, you're literally just getting beat up by... Now, Epic, why are you feeling this way? Josh, get on my effing show right now. I am a huge Mariner lifer. A fan since 2000 when I was 8 years old. Got to watch the Mariners when Alex Rodriguez was just entering into his prime. And we are back from the break, and it is now 3-1. I know we're used to this stuff, and yet there are brand new Mariner fans out there that are like, you need to believe in your team. Yeah, and they jumped in like literally at what? 2022? And there is and by the way, here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. That is outside for a ball. And by the way, we got a new pitcher, and that's going to be Hill. I'm kind of confused why they just brought in a pitcher from the bullpen. It's like, just let him keep pitching. He's got nothing to lose at this point. And now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is a strike. We have a YouTuber out there on the Mariners. Oh, by the way, dropping in for a base hit, and the A's just scored, and that's going to be 2-1. And now here is the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that is caught by the second baseman, and that is going to be 2 outs. As you can tell, my level of antsiness cannot be measured. That's why I'm acting like completely like this and stupid and irrational and negative. It's because it's like, this is literally the magic number, and the Mariners are doing this to me. They're literally doing this to me and the fan base. Like, if anything, they might actually single-handedly bring you guys back into contention.
Please, no.
And now the pitch.
No.
That's going to be outside. Hey, look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an Astros fan, and he literally wants the Mariners to win the division. Literally.
Please,
now we're at 1-0, the pitch.
Christian, keep giving up hits, please. Let us lose to the Athletics. Just let it be over.
Well, the other thing, too, is I really do think that, and now it's going to be 1-1, and now the pitch, swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. Now, Julio looks like he's pretty much just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you're acting like a Mariners fan. It's not out of nowhere. We have decades of despair. It is. And now we're at 1-2. The pitch. up high for a ball. All I can say is Astros just look lost. That's all I'm going to say. They look lost.
They do. They really need a new hitting coach because some people want to say, "Oh, Espada will be on the hot seat." I'm all like, he might, but honestly, I think they're going to try to just
2-2,
change the hitting approach.
and he reaches it. That's going to be a foul ball. No, it's
'Cause
just.
that's
I
their
was also
problem.
saying
They
that.
just-
I'm just saying that there was actually like a prominent. I'm not a prominent Mariner YouTuber, but there's a YouTuber who once of the Mariners. He openly admitted that he started following this team right when Cal Raleigh hit that home run in 22, and I'm like, another 2-2.
Oh,
And you know what? I'll just explain. He struck out. It's Julio. He strikes out. We're back to the Mariners offense that we know and love.
yeah.
Oh, how about Detroit? They're just absolutely on a meltdown.
Well, I think they just got complacent that it's the AL Central.
And I think the Mariners got complacent because they're playing the Rockies. Like, honestly, I would have rather played like the Angels or the A's in this situation, the pitch.
Like the
Because
Astros are doing right now and doing badly.
No, but I would have rather not played the Rockies in this timing because that's where especially. But the thing is, how could we have predicted the Mariners were going to win like 14 of their 15 games? So of course I was going to carry their momentum, or not carry the momentum, but carry their cockiness. Now here is the 1-0, and he gets jammed. That's going to be popped up, and again,
But
that retires the side.
here's the thing that I'm kind of thinking about this is because I was looking and it was every team that could get into the playoffs. What's the pressure level of that they have to win now? The Brewers were number one, and I'm trying to remember who number two was, but the Mariners were third of that they have to win now.
Yeah, they got to win now because they can't mess around, and that's what they're doing right now. Now, do you think it's pressure or do you think it's complacency of the Rockies?
Well, honestly, the Rockies, since the All-Star break, have played much better compared to where they were. Like, before the All-Star break, they were easily going to shatter the all-time losing record. But then after it, they've actually looked decently better. They still suck, but they're at least a team that they can steal some games from you.
That's what I was worried about. Like, I said it in yesterday's video and podcast with Jay Trident podcast that I said, yeah, we're playing the Rockies, but I said that the Mariners still better treat them like they are their worst enemies. And do not treat them like they're
series probably is not going to be a cakewalk either.
Oh no question, because Padres are right now like completely on their tail. So not only do you need like the Dodgers to completely sweep them, but you need the Padres to have some kind of a meltdown, which I don't see happening.
Yeah. Well, because the Brewers, really, they're going to just relax it out, who are playing the Padres right now, because they've secured at least the 2 seed. And if they want to have an all home field advantage, they just need to win a few more games.
Don't test my luck.
Okay. Because the only team that can possibly steal away the number 1 seed from the Brewers is the Phillies. But they still have to win a few games.
I know, right?
To do it. So.
Oh, wait, whoa. Well, okay, it's not like Bizzardo had a good outing, but I would have kept in Bizzardo because I can't put 100% of it on Bizzardo.
Stop wasting your bullpen.
I know.
Stop.
It seems that Bizzardo was already put in an unfair situation, that Miller created that problem. And by the way, he got a standing ovation after he got pulled.
I heard you. I heard you. But
I think my convictions are correct that he didn't deserve it. Like, he literally put Bizzardo in a really near impossible situation.
I think the only thing that comes to mind, and my friend Epic was talking to me about it, the reason why they might have been doing it is his contract up this year?
Who?
Miller's?
No, he's still on club control. He's very much in club control.
Okay. That
He
was the only
did.
thing that
There
made
is that.
it
So
comes
I mean,
up.
there's a point there. Yeah, 100-mile-an-hour ball to his ass. Sure. Now the pitch, and that is a strike to Karros. And Karros has actually been the difference maker. He was the one that he got the infield base hit, and he got another base hit. And now, next thing you know, it's 3-1 Rockies. And also, I'm
Brewers
already
are
having us. Yeah.
players.
Now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And this Rockies team it seems that they were highly motivated for this because they're like, hey, let's see if we can just troll with this team.
Yeah,
But
play spoiler.
But deep down themselves, a lot of these players on the team is playing just complete survival mode because they're a bad team and their jobs may be taking over the pitch. And the ground ball foul.
It's that, and also a lot of teams like to play spoiler.
I agree, because I would have called for a team meeting like even before this. Like, yeah, they're the Rockies, but what if they have a series like this? And this is exactly what I feared. Not predicted, but it's what I feared. And the pitch. But I think a lot of Mariner fans just what also made me feel like disgusted was all these Mariner fans were just throwing like shade at the Houston fans. And I'm like, dude, win the division first. And I even said it myself to Astro fans, like, hey, I'm not that kind of fan. I would laugh, but until I get the division locked up, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah, well, and also the thing is that coming down to this series, that Houston series it's very much a rivalry among fans, not players so much. Like, sure, there is the occasional beef there, but if it was a true rivalry, Cal wouldn't have gotten that home run ball. They would have kept the Astros would have kept it just to be petty.
No, if anything, the players were being very classy. Like they're like, "Hey, congratulations! Hey, here's the game ball. I gotta give that to you."
And then also, which game that Altuve like got pegged in the head and
the pitch.
It was like Logan
and
Gilbert
strike 3 called,
and
that is gonna be 1 out.
And he actually went over to make sure that Altuve was okay. If it was a true like player rivalry, you wouldn't do that. you wouldn't care that person just got hit in the head.
Reese, yeah, I can't stand our fan base either. Like there was this other guy who was very cringe. He was like, "Oh yeah, how are you Mariners fans feeling now?" When he said I quit, and I was like, "Dude, they didn't. I don't think they said they were quitting. They were just frustrated, but you just chose to misinterpret it." Which a lot of Mariner fans did. They always misinterpret other Mariners fans. Here's the thing: the biggest rival to Mariner fans are guess who?
Mariners fans.
They are their own worst enemy. They literally have a rivalry on themselves.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of funny when it comes to Houston. Like the thing is that most people, like, yes, there is that whole baseball Twitter epic. I know there is that whole thing, but the thing is that if you ask most Astros fans who is their rival, they will all say it's the Rangers. They literally have a trophy to celebrate it, that the Astros have won 9 years in a row now.
Is Epic an Astros fan or a Mariners fan?
No, he's a Mariners fan.
Got it.
He loves Seattle sports.
Now here is a ground ball, and Suarez lost track of the ball. That should be an error charge to him. All right, I gotta go through all these comments. Gamer11 says, of course they're going to lose to the Rockies. LMAO, only the Mariners. A-Rod Kerr strikes again. I don't get that. I mean, I was not thinking good thoughts upon seeing baseball Twitter after the ALDS.
Well, that's when the Astros did the whole trolling of the Mariners and whatnot and had the flag flying on the Space Needle.
I didn't even get offended by that. I really didn't. I never seen that much venom of a fan from a fan base. Oh, he's talking about that. Okay. I don't like the Mariners fans are acting like we will be okay. Next thing you know, we missed the playoffs by 1 game. And you know what they said back then? Oh, don't worry. It's just 1 game. Oh, and there's something you don't really want to hear. It's okay. We have next year. I hate that word so much.
Well,
the words and next year.
When I was reading in the segment for the Mariners, it talked about you cannot have the mentality that next year you will be here. Cal Raleigh is not going to hit 58 homers.
No. He
is probably never going to hit those numbers ever again.
No. That's what some of my softball teammates are like. Hey, maybe we'll be back next year. I know it rained out, but what if it rains out again? Or what if we get hit by an earthquake? Or what if half of our players are all of a sudden injured and sick?
And then regression, that just naturally happens.
The word next year is basically another way of saying tomorrow.
Yeah.
And tomorrow,
and
I also think is a
team that it's not to say like the Astros a few years ago, you could say next year and you knew next year they would be here. But that was different because that was a team.
Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, double play ball. Here is a second to throw to first in time for the double play. And now it's going to go into the bottom of the seventh inning. And I'm going to reluctantly sing, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. It would be a shame because the Yankees won. Magic number is 1 for the playoffs. And you're playing the Rockies, the worst team in baseball. Or it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
How did it come to this?
Hello. Oh no, said we gotta go. Yeah. Hello. Oh, baby, said we gotta go. A fine little girl, she waiting for me. No, she's not. Catch a ship across the sea. And a ship all alone. We never make it home. Hello way. Yeah, we're back from the break, and all I can say is our final hope for this game is Josh being here. He's literally our final hope.
Yes, because I somehow give the Mariners good luck.
And it may end tonight because you may have just jinxed it.
No, there have been a few games where the Mariners have still lost, and I'm here.
Yeah, like that Astros game in extra innings where I said, and here's a grandma. Oh, wait, commercial break.
Or several of those games that went to. There was a few of those. Wasn't many.
Now we got a new pitcher, and it's Jimmy Haggart. And now they're just really experimenting everyone. Now here is Jorge Polanco, who's just looked lost today. Now the pitch, and that is a strike.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would have not put. I think the Mariners better be taking off the #1 betting odds to win the World Series. That's a stupid odd to go for the pitch.
Why are they #1?
Because they won 14 of the last 15 games, and half of them were against bad teams.
And honestly, the Brewers should be #1.
Yeah,
because no one can seemingly beat the Brewers. Like
now we're at 1-1 to Polanco, and now the pitch.
Lost series
and
is when they just rest their players. Like when the Brewers are actually playing, no one can beat them.
Now we're at 1-2, and I do think though. I think let's make this clear. If Houston loses and Mariners loses, does that still make Magic #2, or does that stay stuck at 3? Because you also got to count how much time there's left.
It makes a Magic #2. I'm pretty.
So it's kind of like passive income in some way.
Yeah,
but we would like it to be Magic #1 because we want to make Mariners got to make sure that I want everything taken care of by Dodgers series. I really do.
And just hope that Wu isn't actually injured.
Yeah. And he gets jammed popped up, and the catcher is going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that is going to be 1 out.
That's no good if Wu is out because He kind of did a lot of starting pitching carrying.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So it will be all like if that ends up happening and he's out and the Mariners don't make a deep series run, it will be like Infinity
Now
War
here's
memes
Eugenio Suarez, and that is going to be low for a ball.
Did you beat the Astros? Yes. What did it cost?
Oh my goodness,
Everything.
the A's just scored again.
Thank God.
Now we're at 1-0 for Suarez. And now here is the pitch. And check swing, did he go? He did go, and that is going to be strike one. Strike one. That was a terrible swing by Suarez, by the way. And now we're at 1-1. And now here is the pitch. Outside for a ball. And that's going to be 2-1. Suarez is 0 for 2. He has already struck out today. And I think he's struck out twice, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
We're at 2-1. And Astros are pulling their starter.
Yeah, no surprise there.
We're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And that is inside for a ball. That's going to be 3-1. And the Royals have actually just been eliminated. I guess it only seemed like a matter of time at that point. Dom Canzone's is on deck.
They kept staying at a mid-level, and
the 3-1
couldn't get out.
And that's a strike. And honestly, okay, I am not
ABS?
about blaming. No, it's not about the ABS. It's just
no,
that this umpires.
No,
hear me out. It's not the ABS problem. I just think that this umpire is annoying because he's taking like 2 extra seconds to be like this. Strike. It's like, just call it a strike.
I will say, if you had challenged that, it still would have been a strike.
In the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. I'm not even mad anymore. Like, this is just amazing.
That was almost down the middle. What was that?
Dude, the Mariners have been giving meatballs all game long, and they still whiffing them.
And I'm all like, Suarez, where's that Diamondbacks form? This is not making your contract look good.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it. Stop it. Thank you.
And now here is Dom Canzone, the pitch, and a huge wacko swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 1. I don't want to wait until possibly tomorrow for this. I had a long day at work already today. Tomorrow's going to be a longer day because I have to take my car in for repairs. Luckily, it was the other person's fault. Now the 0-1 pitch. Now here's a fly ball and foul.
Oh, how do you feel about Chad B right there?
Team is garbage. They will fold this week under pressure.
Or they'll limp their way into the postseason and...
No, I love it. No, that was funny. I loved it. I love it. Now we're at 0-2. And now here's the pitch. No, here's the thing. There's like a lot of other Mariners content creators that'd be like, oh, how dare you? You're not a true fan. Blocked. And me, I'm like, that was funny. Me, I was like, that is funny as hell. Now we're at 1-2.
Oh.
And now here is the pitch. And this exactly happened. Here it is. Not exactly, but it's similar. The 0-2 pitch.
You gotta love these guys.
He literally just swing. He literally check swinged.
None of those were in the strike zone.
It wasn't even in the strike zone, and he check swinged it. Like, why?
Like, literally, that wasn't Taylor Scott being good. That was just you just swinging at crap.
That's a marquee moment. I think the Mariners are going to need a little bit of this, too. I'll do it next inning. But it's crazy to think that they're going to be at bottom of the 8th inning, down 3-1. All right, let's see where we're at. Team is garbage. They will fold this week. Book it. Yeah, we saw that. Even when the Mariners are doing good, poor Rooftop Sports gets bad luck in other...
I'm all like, is there nothing professional-wise that I can focus on? Because the Texans also suck this year. We have no offensive line.
Also, tomorrow's gonna be a long day at work because it's early release Wednesday. I think you've heard of that before, which I think is the stupidest thing that they've ever done. Like, don't they know that both mommy and daddy are working, or some don't even have a mommy or a daddy? Like, the way the school system's running everything. So, anyways, that means my after-school program is gonna be longer, and we always have late parents. So that means I have to wait, and I have to, and it gets better. Before I get to this game, I have to drive through 45 minutes of hellish traffic, and I'm an inning late because of it. Because Washington don't want to fix the road.
Well, that would be way too simple to fix the road.
They've been on this project for 10 years, and they always come up. One of their excuses, I think, was, "Oh, yeah, we couldn't fix it. We couldn't get it done because COVID."
Yeah. And I'm all like, my school district was like smart about doing early releases and late arrivals. Like, late arrivals were typically, were those in the middle of the week, I want to say, but early releases were always Fridays. So at least it made it easy.
I hate early release either way. I think Wednesday is ineffective. And their rationale is like, well, we're just training the teachers. Like, I've been to one of those. It was useless.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're back from the break, and it's Gabe Spire, and they're just going to keep burning away more arms.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. You should be saving some of these for the postseason.
If they make it. Now, to be fair, Vargas did pitch 18 pitches, so fine, but should have saved Bizzardo at least.
Yeah, Vargas should
let
be
him
pitching
pitch
now.
Yeah, Vargas should be pitching now. Because I don't think that it was 100% Bizzardo's fault. I know most Mariner fans are like, well, he has to perform under pressure, but Bryce Miller put him in a very unfair position. You could have put in the best pitcher in the bullpen, and that still doesn't matter. And the pitch. And that is a strike, and that is 1-2. Yeah, Rockies are throwing a two-hitter on the Mariners.
To play, they forgot how to play small ball, I'm guessing.
They did, because they're living and dying by the home run again, because their only run is Dom Canzone. And they're just swinging like idiots.
Is that is so many teams like right now in MLB. The only one that really doesn't do that is the Brewers, which is why they are so dominant.
Yeah, because they're chipping away. They're not.
Yeah, they get contact. They run up the pitch counts. They wear out the team.
You know the ironic thing about the A's? They were talking about Moneyball, get on base.
Thank you, Reese, for that update. And
now here's the 1-2.
It's insurmountable now. The Astros won't come back. Thank you.
The other thing, too, is the A's, as much as they were all about getting on base, they were still live and die by the home runs.
Well, yeah, and mostly that get on base wasn't so much hitting. It was more better plate discipline, walking, that kind of on base, not contact per se.
I think as the movie goes on, more people are going to get an understanding how the A's season really went. They're going to realize that it wasn't all about Scott Hatteberg, Chad Bradford, and David Justice. It was Barry Zito, Mark Mulder, Tim Hudson, Miguel Tejada, Eric Chavez. Those were the real horses. It wasn't all about Scott. It wasn't just because, Scott Hatteberg got to play first base, which was incredibly hard.
Yeah, it's very much like, ideally, if you want to do a perfect batting lineup, you got to have guys that hit power, you got to have guys that hit contact, and then you need at least one or two that can do both.
And now we're at 0-2 for Goodman, and just to think that the Mariners gave up runs, one of them was on a lack of hustle by Randy Arozarena, and the most ridiculous part was J.P. Crawford, where it was clearly his ball. He was literally lackadaisical, and Jorge Polanco had to dive for it on his own territory. And I was like, JP, what are you doing? You should be making that play. Now the 0-2.
He was pulling a Randy Arozarena. He's just posing.
I know. Now we're at 1-2. I wonder if we're going to get people on the show. Hey, put it in the chats if you'd like to vent about this game afterwards, as we're at 1-2. The pitch to Goodman.
Is Chad
And
in the
checks when
chat?
he go. I can't just force him in. Like, if I have to actually like text him and be like, "Hey, get your butt on the channel," then I'm not doing something right for the channel.
But no, just if he was in the chat, that would be perfect. And then we could have another World Series rant.
Not tonight. They'll probably win tomorrow, anyways. That's the thing. I do not say no. The word tomorrow is poison. Like, do you remember reading the book Frog and Toad?
No, I did not.
Has anyone in the chat read Frog and Toad? Because by the way, the Rockies just hit a base hit.
Of course.
But there was a book where it was teaching people to not say tomorrow, like do it now.
Oh yeah, and there were the sharply dressed like Frog and Toad.
Yeah, Toad was like,
I
I'll
remember
do
the
it
one
tomorrow.
about willpower, not to keep eating the sweets.
Cookies.
Yeah, I remember that one. When I was thinking about it, I'm all like, okay, yeah, that's it.
Now the pitch to Jordan Beck, and that is going to be low for a ball. And Jordan Beck is a huge reason why the Rockies even have this kind of lead. Like, I don't want to hear the words next year, because next year is basically saying tomorrow.
Yeah, let me actually look at that MLB post, and I'll tell you what it says for the Mariners.
And I wonder what people actually what tomorrow actually next year actually means. We're talking like barely less than 200 days to wait. No one wants to wait that long.
Well, also, you're saying next year, you're hinging on a lot of things going your way and a lot of luck to go your way again.
And there is like no guarantees. That's why I hate it when people say, we'll be back next year. It's okay. There's next year. It's like, there's no guarantees on next year.
Yeah, so Cal Raleigh's going to hit another 58 home runs. Highly doubt that.
Yeah, good luck. And now the pitch. Now swing. Julio will have a slightly better plate discipline season. Good luck with that. Randy Arozarena will keep getting lucky. Good luck with that. Dom Canzone having
Gino and Josh.
I don't know. You don't
Josh,
know.
you're probably not. He's probably going to be too expensive.
That's why the time is now. Now the pitch. And that's gonna be a foul
So
ball.
does
Yeah,
Mike
absolutely.
Trout, BC. I'm all
Well,
like,
too
so
bad.
does Mike Trout, but guess what? He's only been in the postseason once. Baseball's
In
not a fair
2014.
sport.
No, it's not. But I will say this, that I noticed that people always call for a cap space. They only say it when the Dodgers are making moves. When someone else does it, they don't care.
Now,
2-2 for Beck.
I'm someone who says
The pitch.
a cap space.
Swing
is
and a
needed.
miss, strike 3, and that will retire the side. And maybe they should have put Inspire in that high leverage situation, not Bizzardo.
Okay, so reading this, so number 3, Seattle Mariners. Speaking of deadline activity, the Mariners pickups of Josh Naylor and Suarez signaled a clear win now approach. Both will be free agents after this season. Beyond that, as the only active team that has never won a pennant, the pressure has been building in Seattle since the day the Mariners debuted in 1977. Finally, though, Cal Raleigh's history-making breakout season doesn't factor into the pressure index. You could argue that, in a sense, it should, because we can't expect him to see him at this level after 2025. That is not a knock on him. He should remain an all-star caliber backstop, but few have ever reached the pinnacle Raleigh Cal is at and is in 2025, and those who have gone there have tended not to stay there. That is what they say. And number 2 was the Padres. But that sums it up perfectly. You can't hinge on everything going your way again.
That's why you don't want to say next year. You don't want to say the words tomorrow. The time is now. Like, I don't even want to say, oh, we'll just get it tomorrow. Like, there's no guarantees.
Yeah. Now, TK, what I'm for is that if we put in a cap space, there's also should be a floor. So you don't have teams like the Athletics deliberately underpaying just so they don't have to spend a lot. There should be kind of this idea of having a restriction on how much you can spend, but also a restriction on how little
you can spend.
Yeah, because you really need to do it. BC, do you honestly think the Dodgers are going to make it out of the first round for how they've been performing?
This is why I read up on histories of all teams and getting into sports. Haven't been on this ride very long, but I can still feel that pain. Like, there's a lot of Mariner fans, I would like to say, that they just jumped on in 2022 and they started telling people like me and other fans of like how to be a fan. Like, you got to be more positive. I've been through this since 2019. Now here is Luke Raley trying to drops in the bunt.
A lot of Astros fans are all like, "Oh, you shouldn't be a Debbie Downer. We'll win it. I've been a fan of this team and they throw out since 2015 at least."
Now the pitch to Raley. And that hit him. And Luke Raley was like, "Thank you, I'll take it."
Luke Raley's one at bat. He gets hit by a pitch,
and he didn't. And he was happy. He was like, "Oh, thank you." He is like a blue collar type style player. That's what I like about him. You like those blue collar types that are like, hit me again, fool.
Or you could be like Craig Biggio.
Oh, here comes JP Crawford. Or Albert Bell, where he was like, he got hit. He's like, no, pitch to me again. I want to hit a home run because it's my last at bat of my career.
But it was hilarious because with like Biggio, is he got hit so many times that he put on an extra big pad to tank the hitting.
Now the 1-0. And that is a strike. What was my most controversial take of this season? Do you remember a controversial take that I made this season?
Ooh.
Now we're at 1-1. And Kevin has entered the chat as we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And I have high respects to you. Just don't be the bullhorn guy outside the stadium, I guess.
I actually don't know. Maybe like booing the Mariners.
I think that one was probably one, yeah. As we're at 2-1, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. How embarrassing. As we're at 2-2.
Now, TK, also with the whole cap and floor, that is most likely going to come in during the next CBA talks.
And the 2-2 pitch,
there's a lot
low for a ball, and that is going to be 3-2.
Around that, as Manfred has talked multiple times about how a cap needs to be put in and a floor needs to be put in. So
now we're at 3-2 for JP Crawford and the pitch. And that is ball four. Take your base. And now we got Randy Arozarena, the lead run at the plate. And if this is the time to be clutch, like this is the time. There is no tomorrow. There is no next inning. There is no next year. This is, and plus, there's a rumor that aliens could invade us by November. So there's another reason why you can't sing next year.
Yeah. But the thing is that BC, I'm all like, yeah, they've been saying it for a bit. But the problem is that now the lack of not having a floor and a cap is actually hurting the MLB's brand. Like
I'm all about the
teams that
I'm about floor.
Value.
I like the floor idea, but at the same time, it's also about. It's like saying that the government should have a hand on how you run your thing. So that's the only thing I have against it is the league should not be the ones babysitting how the teams like do their thing. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, there should be. I get it, but I'm also at the same time, I'm like, if I'm the one that says the government should not be getting into things too much, I also think that Major League Baseball shouldn't be butting in too much either. And now the pitch to Arozarena, and that is a strike.
One reason why I'm saying that, like, because if you actually look at most NHL franchises, most of them are in this one batch, and it's largely because of the floor. The floor is pulling up these bottom teams.
And now the 1-1 outside for a ball 1-1
is pretty much around the exact same area as a good chunk of all MLB clubs, which is
it's going to be 1-1.
That's not a good thing. That the lowest of the the Blue Jackets
and the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep left field. Fouled.
Ow. But that the Blue Jackets have similar value as as a good chunk of the MLB. That's not good. And now, sure, you got your Yankees, your Dodgers that are worth a lot, but
I'm going to answer this question. I think I'm going to say the likes of Julio Rodriguez and Randy Arozarena they're the most overhyped players on the team.
Posers.
The posers, yeah. I think they're the hype players. Actually, my most controversial take was saying that Julio Rodriguez is a very volatile player. That's what my video said, and people got offended by it.
Oh yeah, that the one video of he needs to do better, hustle more.
Which it was actually correct.
Yeah.
Now we're at 1-2 for El Rando Grando. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called, and you knew it because here's the thing.
Of course.
I'm not going to say ABS. I'm just going to say the umpire's just, no, he's like this. It's like, dude, just call the strikeout now. Like, he just takes like a few extra seconds.
I'm all like, do you think you're at a Savannah Bananas game where you have to really draw it out?
Yeah, we're not stupid. And now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. He has a chance to really put this away. The pitch and a foul ball as he swung it on the inside. And I think the pressure's
home run.
And honestly, I don't think this is about. I don't think he's even thinking about 59. I think he's just thinking about just getting to the playoffs.
Playoffs.
As now we're at 0-1 for Cal Raleigh, and now the pitch, and that's a foul ball, and we're looking at strike 2. Oh no!
Don't hit it into a double play.
Do not hit into a double play. As we're at 0-2 for Cal Raleigh.
No. I do love. I have.
And now here's the 0-2 pitch. And what are you doing? Why are you swinging at the dirt?
He's got that Don Canzone energy. Oh my gosh! He swung at his own feet.
Like, you knew that was a ball, and he still swung at it.
Yeah, you don't even have an excuse. You're a catcher. You should know better.
He's really. I think he was thinking about 59. And now here is Julio Rodriguez, another non-clutch guy. The pitch, and that was literally his pitch to swing, and that is a strike. And as you can tell, I am very impatient about this. I know they're saying that, hey, the Astros lost, Yankees lost. It seems like it's only a matter of time, but the thing is, you can't bank on that. As we're at 0-1, and now the pitch outside for a ball. I mean, I get it. Like, statistically speaking, like, it's nearly impossible for the Mariners to miss the playoffs. But here's the thing. But so has Detroit. They've also been like on a huge losing streak. And if the Mariners play like Detroit, they're out of the playoffs, right? Like that. Yeah. As we're at 1-1.
Or if they limp their way in.
And the pitch.
And they keep playing
and
like
a
that.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Dude,
did you see that? Bounce.
He literally had a meatball pitch, and he just swung right through it. It was like right down the middle, and he still – I don't see the game being won on this one. I just don't. Yeah, I know. It's It's And now the 1-2. Oh, and that hit him, and that is going to be the bases loaded.
Because there's an injury delay.
That's the thing. Like, we're getting plunked and injured and hit by a worthless team. Luckily, it just hit him on the pad.
Like, this is our strategy. This is our strategy. We plunk the players. Even though that's not their strategy, but we can joke about it.
Yeah, but let's just hope that Julio Rodriguez is okay.
Yeah.
I know I criticize him a lot, but at the same time, Mariners still need Julio Rodriguez, no matter how much he has a volatility.
At least some of that defense. At least it means Josh Naylor's coming up.
With the bases loaded.
The pitcher. So he's getting a new pitcher.
Whatever you do, don't spoil anything. Well, you already did, but.
Well, I'm all like, that was a hit by pitch. That's not a home run.
My point is it's across all Seattle sports. It's this idea, like people pleading 3-4 years ago to bring back Ichiro. When Ichiro's like 93 years old. I'm like, no, I do not want to bring back Ichiro. Like Griffey when he's got a walker out there. and he gives you a single every 60 games. Like the list goes on and on. Like people crying. Like Haniger comes back, and you think that we just signed a Hall of Famer. Like he was injured all of last year. He's like 33 years old. We trade for him, give up on Robbie Ray, which whatever. And all of a sudden, I swear, all of Twitter was like, World Series, baby! Let's go! Let's go! He was a negative WAR player for them last year, but because we love Hanny, baby, he's going to come and save the Mariners.
Yep, sounds about right.
Victor Vodnik.
Yep, Victor Vodnik is coming on.
You know, at least Julio didn't swing at that, because then he would have wouldn't he have been out if he'd swung at that pitch? Which that would have been embarrassing. You swing at the pitch that pegs you.
Well, that's how he struck out and got injured to Rafael Montero, was he did swing through it. And he struck out.
I'm all like, at least take the base.
Yeah, but Cal Raleigh, like he literally swung on literally at the dirt. Like even if you made contact, it would have been maybe a pop fly at best.
That would have been a double play ball, most likely.
And now here is Josh Naylor up to the plate. And now it all comes down to this. We got 2 outs. I got to go to the bathroom after the pitch. Way up high for a ball.
Vodnik's got a 2.92 ERA.
Yeah, so as much as like Rockies are a bad team, they still have pitchers that can pitch.
Yeah. It's just
now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch, that's going to be inside for a ball. And on deck is going to be Jorge Polanco, which he does best when he has runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Naylor is batting .291, and we really need him to bring it up. Now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit, and that's going to score in the run. They're going to bring another one. This ball game is going to be tied, and now I think that brought in all of them. I think that brought in all of them.
It did.
And
did.
that is
unless
a
someone
4-3
stupidly
ball
didn't touch
game,
a base.
and they have taken the lead on a bases loaded, clearly double by Josh Naylor, and the only reason why I couldn't tell is because I'm watching the game on TV and the game's on mute, and the Mariners have just taken the lead.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to afford Josh Naylor.
No.
Yeah, I think kids like that have
just happened.
Priced them out of your market range.
Inside the park,
Epic.
No, was not. No.
Double. It was a base.
And this game just changed real quickly. I can say that. And most people are going to criticize me on the shorts. They're like, "Hey, Rooftop, why didn't you show more enthusiasm?" I was like, because I was just so shocked. Not quite. It wasn't the everybody scores Luis Sojo 95. And that's the other thing. I have all these Zoomer Mariner fans like, "Hey, you're not a true." Where were you in 95? I was at least 3 years old, so at least I knew it.
I didn't exist. I didn't exist.
I have this Mariner fans like, "Oh, I came in 22 after Cal hit that home run."
Do you honestly think?
No, can we
they're
extend
going to
Josh?
spend the
This
money?
Josh. Now here's the pitch to Polanco, and that is going to be outside for a ball. I just can't believe what Josh Naylor just did. I was like
Dipoto is not going to spend the money. He's going to say this team is perfectly fine.
By the way, we still have to deal with Andres Munoz. The pitch. Low for a ball, and
Rockies.
It's going to be 3-1. Suarez on deck. And now we're at 3-1. And now the pitch. Low for ball 4. Take your base. Munoz MVP. How about this? He's the MVP in volatility. now here's
No,
Eugenio
wait.
Suarez.
Most volatile player.
Julio Rodriguez, easily.
Well, no, but Munoz, most volatile player.
And by the way, they were going to score in all 3 runs because it was 2 outs, too. So everyone was just booking it.
Yeah. You just got to hope that no one, missed the third base.
Yeah, Julio flew so fast that his helmet came off. MVP for the other team, you know what? Yeah, maybe. But Naylor has been a huge difference maker.
He's a double agent.
Absolutely. Yeah, look at Canzone. He's like this. Oh, I came a long way after being humiliated on Rooftop Sports.
Though I will say
30 years later, we still
with the
refuse to
win here,
lose.
It is pretty alarming that let's look at the box score. That the Mariners bats have struck out 15 times.
Stop. And a swing and it could be 16 after Suarez.
It could be.
But we need another big hit. Like, I don't think a 1-run lead is going to do it justice.
Hey, it might. It might.
As now we're at 0-1. The pitch low for a ball. That is 1-1. And I'm telling you, I got to go to the bathroom right after this. I really just do.
Vodnik's going to make it last.
I think that spicy Korean beef really just went. It literally just went. As now we're at 1-1 for Eugenio Suarez. And the pitch. Now here's a liner and fouled. I have 16 people on here, and I haven't even asked for anything because I'm too focused on this game. Now we're at 1-2. Oh, stop it. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And if anyone's hungry for some pizza, there you go. And I'm going to mute my... I didn't even ask for that. But yeah, I got to go to... Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Well, I honestly, Epic, I cannot tell you if they have a meat lovers option because I don't live there.
30 people on the stream. I can't believe this. All right, let's go.
Where did all these people come from?
I don't know. I hope it's all organic, not from like friends of friends. Lost the announcer. Oh, this CJ guy, he's just annoying. And now here is Andres Munoz up on the mound.
So do they have a meat lovers option at Sahara Pizza?
Yes, they do.
Well, there's your answer, Epic.
Now here is the pitch. Now here it is. And that is a strike. And they are in Snoqualmie. On Mondays and Tuesdays, they'll give you 50% off the pizza in Snoqualmie Sahara, so go to it. And now we're at 0-1 for Tovar. And now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. That is going to be 0-2, and I have a question for you, Josh, after this game,
Okay.
but I will only ask depending on the situation. And now here's the 0-2, way up high for a ball, and that is going to be 1-2. And James, I love that. Out there in North Seattle watching the stream.
So out by North Cascade?
No, not
probably one of the most
Cascade.
beautiful national parks I've ever been to.
It is. North Cascade is east. As now we're at 1-2 for Tovar. And now here is the pitch. Way outside for a ball. Seems a little bit antsy, Andres Munoz is. And by the way, I would explain. No, I'm not going to explain that trip. Not going to. As we're at 2-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And we've got 2 outs to go. Magic number is 2 to get the playoff berth for the first time since 2022. Brian Handwork.
And be almost there to get the division since 2001.
James, if you ever go to Aurora, be careful. That's all I'm going to say. And now here is Doyle up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that is low for a ball. We got Hicks in West Texas. Go Mariners. Hicks in Texas. Very fitting. No offense. Now we're at 1-0. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Oh, my gosh.
This game really just went from like, oh, man, tomorrow, man, and to like, I don't know. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be popped up. Is that going to be playable? Here's Cal Raleigh. Does he? Oh, he got it. And he makes the catch. And we've got
one left.
1 out to go to get the playoff berth. And they can clinch it by as early as within the next few minutes. If you are out there in Seattle, stand up right now. And I don't have time to even move up my standing depth. That's not going to happen.
We'll take your word on that. We'll take your word.
And now here is Karros, the guy who's been torturing the Mariners all game. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike and just 2 strikes to go. And the Mariners will clinch their playoff berth. Let's keep this going as we're at 0-1. And don't say anything, Josh. And now here is the pitch. And now swing and a miss, strike 2, and it's game time. We got 1 strike away from the Mariners clinching their first playoff berth since 2022. And why are there fans walking out there? I guess they're the Rockies fans. And now it comes down to this. It is the 0-2 pitch. And now here is the pitch. And it's swing. No, is that a foul? No, that's going to be a throw to first. And that is it time. The Mariners have clinched the playoffs for the first time since 2022. They are now the second team in the American League to clinch the playoff spot. And they did it on amazing effort by Josh Naylor on his bases clearing double. And it was just crazy how this game went. They were on a 3-1 deficit. The offense looked completely lost. And then Josh Naylor
look lost, though.
They kind of do. And Josh Naylor, who has been paying huge dividends from the trade deadline. And here we are. Congratulations to the Mariners. And by the way, the magic number for the AL West is 2.
It's going to be 1. It's going to be 1. Unless you want to switch over to the Astros game and cover the last 2 innings.
I would love to, if you are okay with it.
I am fine with it. I've gotten desensitized to this team.
Well, let me reflect. Like, all I can say is the last 3 years, it's been very difficult. And the crazy thing is, the last time the Mariners made the playoffs, guess how many subscribers I had on my YouTube channel the last time the Mariners made the playoffs on that?
Oh.
I was literally at ground zero. And 2,700 subscribers later, here we are. CJ's really letting it out. Like, look at him. He's like,
team of World Series, here we come. I'm all like, CJ, you're jinxing it. You're jinxing it, CJ.
Yeah, I'm telling you to stop it right now. I mean, this CJ guy, like, who is?
Well,
Yeah, Mr.
also,
Sticky, you're coming in.
That it's sad that literally only 2 teams in the American League have clinched a playoff spot. And most of the NL spots have already been clinched.
You know what's the crazy thing? I can actually explain how exactly each Mariners playoff clinching moment happened. 1995, Randy Johnson struck out Tim Salmon. That got him the AL West. 1997, Heathcliff Slocum struck out on a 3-2 count on the Angels, which, by the way, got out at the skin of their teeth. 2000 was when they came from behind against the Angels in 2000. My YouTube video says that otherwise. And then 2001, I was actually there. It was a pop-up to Brett Boone. And also that was right after 9/11. So Mike Cameron, Mark McLemore brings out that flag, have a nice little prayer at the very end, and then they were cheered on. 2022 was that Cal Raleigh home run, huge home run against the A's. And now they're talking to Josh Naylor. And boy, I think everyone should agree that adding Josh Naylor to this team has been more impactful than Eugenio Suarez. Now, don't get me wrong. Suarez was impactful. He just didn't do it with his bat. And the glove maybe around the same as Ben Williamson, except a little bit less.
If I'm looking at it, they are more likely to re-sign Suarez than they are Naylor.
With Naylor. And even though I'm going to be more pro Naylor on this one. But Suarez, what I'm trying to say is he may Suarez may have not been Arizona Suarez for the Mariners, but there is one thing that he did that he could not measure. It was his leadership, the good vibes only, and just being there for his little brother, Julio Rodriguez. So that's where he made his impact. But batting-wise, Josh Naylor has been the MVP.
I'm all like, the issue is I've seen this song and dance many times just across sports leagues. I've seen this song and dance. The Mariners will find a way to Mariner this up.
Until then, let's get that division as we are watching the Astros game, which I don't think I'm going to go really play-by-play about it. I'll do it as play-by-play once it gets to the top of the ninth inning. Then I'll start doing that play-by-play about it.
Yeah.
I just hope the Astros don't lose before the Mariners win. No, just get it over with. I just want to get it. I just want to get it over with.
The Mariners might have a chance to win it before the Astros too, because they play first.
They do. Wait, they play in the afternoon, don't they?
Well, it would be it might be late afternoon on the East Coast, but it's an evening game. Like the Astros don't start playing until like 10 something.
By the way, I think I have to put out another shout out. It's not anyone on the Mariners. It's not anyone in baseball. I'm going to say Josh. When he pops in, Mariners offense goes boom. So I'll give it to you, Josh. And I'm saying, and after this, they will probably, they'll probably after that. But until then, I am congratulating myself, congratulating the Mariners, congratulating all of our fans. And you know what? I'll even congratulate any Mariner fans I beefed with on social media and all the content creators. You know what? Congratulations to all of you, because all of us together, we really criticized the Mariners throughout all these 3 years. Like, man, the last 3 years, watching the meltdown in 23. Remember when I was covering the game after that whole Hector Neris versus Julio Rodriguez with that whole "you're such a wussy," and then they had a meltdown after that.
You're not going to win that argument there. You're not going to win that argument.
No, I'm going to have to give it to Josh. And yeah, Gamer 11 says he cannot believe he lost this game. They got out once again at the skin of their teeth.
And it's against the Rockies. You should not have played that close.
No, they shouldn't have
played that. The fact that you struck out 16 times.
No one's going to talk about that.
That's not good.
No one's talking about. No one's going to talk about that because they won that game. But hey, I remember it.
And that's something you got to remember for the postseason, because you're doing that against the Rockies. Imagine doing that against the Blue Jays. Guess what? You lose that game. You don't win. Or the Brewers or the Phillies. Those are not games you're going to win if you strike out that many times.
Ooh. Wait, someone's on a Trent Thornton. I think that's Trent Thornton. Or somebody. That's not Trent Thornton.
Okay, Astros it's bottom of the 8th. It's still 1-4.
I was trying to see if Jay Trident can come on, but he says I can probably swing by tomorrow for a bit for the West. So if the Astros win today or lose today, and let me see what game and what time are they playing tomorrow is the question.
Mariners play first, and then the Astros start like 20 to 30
Yep,
minutes
they start
later.
a little bit later. So it's going to be up to the Mariners to win before, which I would like to see because I would like to have an excuse for a YouTube short of myself.
Well, yeah, All-American Wrestling Show. Yeah, they should extend Naylor, but the question is, will they? And I don't think they will. Because Naylor, he might say, I can go get big money anywhere else. I don't have to get it here.
CJ is really testing his luck for the Mariners.
Because honestly, we'll see how it is for how light the AL is. This is the Mariners' chance to do it, but the Blue Jays, like any AL East team that the Mariners face, that's going to be a hard challenge. And also, hopefully, you don't face Cleveland early on because Cleveland could send you home.
Cleveland is dangerous. It's almost like you'd rather have Detroit, but the thing is, Tariq Skubal is also dangerous in the playoffs. So either way, I don't think it's a win-win either way at all.
So,
but also, yeah.
Speaking of the AL West, so I actually have it pulled up, all historic winners of it. So if we take in every team that has won the AL West, so far in terms of wins, the White Sox are at 2, the Mariners are at 3, the Twins are at 4, the Royals are at 6, the Rangers and Astros are tied at 7 apiece, Angels have won it 9 times, and the Athletics have won it 17 times. With a win of the division here, the Mariners will move up to tie the Twins. And the last Twins title was 1991. Yeah, TK, though, we all know we've seen this song and dance for Cleveland. So you don't want to face Cleveland early on because they could bounce you. But if you face Cleveland later on in the postseason, you got a chance because Cleveland finds ways to Cleveland it up.
But here's the thing. Mariners still got a division. They still have 2 phases to go. They still got to win that division, which based on how it's going, like the Mariners would have to go on some kind of weird, unprecedented meltdown to make Houston the division champion.
Also, you got to secure that number 2 seed.
The number 2 seed is the other priority, which they can, depending on how Cleveland and Detroit goes, that could be complete by as early as Thursday. So I don't know.
The problem is they're playing one another, and Cleveland just is beating the crap out of Detroit. So that's not going to help.
That's that. And Cleveland. So tomorrow you want Detroit to win.
Yes.
In some ways. Because their records are just too close to each other.
You want the Padres to lose. So Detroit might LA might rest their players because LA lost. That's not good. Because that means the Padres.
Antonio Sena. I was driving when Naylor hit 3 runs. I stopped the car to hear what really happy. Thank you, guys. So you see what I did? I gave people an opportunity because radio is pricey.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't even work. And aside from that, not everyone wants to use radio at their house. No one really does that anymore. So here I am providing my live play-by-play. And
Honestly, I think Rafael Montero wants to be back in Houston because that was where he was his best. But the thing is, All-American Wrestler is one thing, and this is a big reason why I don't think Josh Naylor is staying, is it reminds me a lot of 2004 Carlos Beltran. Roof, do you remember what happened to Beltran in 2004?
no.
So he had been on the Royals and had been okay. Like he'd been like a good player, but not Carlos Beltran. He becomes Carlos Beltran when he is traded to Houston for a half a season. Because Houston gets him in 2004 and he is on fire. And he can't be stopped. And they go all the way through the National League Championship Series. Unfortunately, don't make the World Series. And to put it in perspective, Beltran tied the record at the time for most home runs in a postseason. And he still, I think, holds the record for, let's see. Because I think he's tied with Altuve on this record. Let's see. Postseason records. But whatever the record is, the thing is that season was so phenomenal that when he became a free agent, Houston, while they did try to put competitive offers, they couldn't keep up with the Mets. Oh, it's now 1-5 Athletics.
Oh my goodness. Yep, and it was on these off the sacrifice. Yep, and Astros are pretty much just on a very
they're just quitting.
They're just on a very like huge meltdown in that series.
Well, it's the problem of that. I think the pitching has just said, I'm not putting out all this effort when my offense does diddly squat.
You know, I'm following every Mariners game very early. I'm in Rome. Rome. We have a guy from Italy watching me. I'm honored.
I pulled up these. Okay. Runs scored. So while that is kind of an odd stat, the record for runs scored in a single postseason is 21. And Beltran did that in 2004, despite the fact he didn't go to the World Series. Just to put it in perspective, how phenomenal Beltran was in that 2004 partial season in Houston. Literally, he doesn't make it probably to the Hall of Fame without that 2004. That 2004 kick-started his career.
I thought he already had his career kick-started.
It was all right, but he doesn't go to New York. He doesn't get the money. He doesn't constantly keep getting picked up by teams later on in his career if he doesn't have that 2004 half season.
He started with the Kansas City Royals. He was traded in 2004, had a 38 home run season, and that's where you can say rest was pretty much history. A huge part of the Mets.
It was that Houston part and then that postseason in Houston that really sealed the deal on his career because he was a different player after that 2004. And so while Naylor hasn't hit that high, because that's extremely rare, you could very much see a 2004 Beltran again with Josh Naylor where you just can't afford to keep him because he's just too good that every other team is lining up to sign him for.
Hold on. Mariners are just popping the champagne like absolute bananas. And I'm like, I think they should wait until they get the division at least and then be popping champagne. I hope this team doesn't get too drunk for tomorrow.
I get why they're doing it here, but since it's that close, I would just wait until you won the division. But that's my opinion.
That's my opinion too. But when you're at that kind of emotion, it's kind of like, and the fact that the Mariners making the playoffs is like very rare.
Astros down almost. 4, it might as well be 20. With Christian Walker coming up, Yainer Diaz, and Jake Myers.
Yep, and I will
Really
be
need
covering
fire.
the. Yep, I'll be covering that top of the inning for the formality, just to say the magic number.
Is one.
Maybe by then it will be one. I mean, you think it's one for sure, but I'm
Oh
always
no,
that.
it's one. This offense cannot make literally 1 run is basically 10 runs.
It also doesn't help that Jordan
The
Alvarez
Astros,
is
and
not on the
you
team.
take the lead, it's 10 runs essentially. That's how bad this offense is.
Let's just hope they don't drink too much and get all drunk for tomorrow because they still have a division to win.
Well, yeah, and how you played against the Rockies while sober isn't good.
Yeah, imagine playing the Rockies when they're drunk and hungover.
Yeah.
There's reasons why I don't drink alcohol. Like, if you were to count how many times I've drank alcohol in my entire life, it is less than 20, including for anyone that's Christian, the blood. That's also including that statistic. I have drank less than 20 times in my entire life. And I could actually remember almost all of them. The first time was when it was my birthday, had a margarita. It really hit me hard. The second time I think was at a college party. Third time was when I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I drank with an empty stomach before the food even arrived.
Oh, that's not good.
And all I did, I was just laughing for I was literally laughing for continuously for 13 minutes straight. So yeah, and also I drank a little bit in the Super Bowl. No, an NFC Championship and the Super Bowl for the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's not good.
But I only had 2 cans at most. And I think I had another one in 2018, but it was just beer. So I never really drank that heavy. I can hardly remember. Yeah. Playing the Rockies while drunk, can we call that a Coors effect too? He just had to.
Yeah. The pitcher's drunk and he gives up 30 home runs.
Oh, here we are. It is the top of the 9th, and I think this is Jeremy Pena up to the
Christian
plate. Or
Walker.
Christian
Pena's
Walker,
out.
now the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss, and that is a strike. And the pitching change has been done. This is Michael Kelly. And as soon as this game is over, I will be taking off just so I can say, hopefully I can just say the magic number is 1. And now the pitch, way outside for a ball, and that is 1-1.
But yeah, for instance, that Beltron 2004, his NLCS.
And now the pitch.
And
that's going to be popped up and fouled.
He had a championship win probability added of 12.7, despite the fact it was the National League Championship Series.
Harry Ford is pouring everything on Eugenio Suarez. We got Christian Walker, who was 2 for 3. And now here is the pitch. And now here is a fly ball to left field, and he makes the catch, and that is going to be 1 out. That was Tyler Soderstrom, one of the surprise players for the A's early in the season.
And don't be surprised if they trade him next year.
And Brent
this
Rooker.
is a team waiting until they get to Vegas to build a team.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a good foundation to play with.
When they traded Miller, I was all like,
see, yeah, that's another reason I think the Mariners have to really buckle it down and win a World Series at one point, because the A's could grow at any time once they go to Vegas.
Well, the thing is for the Mariners this season, you had a bunch of things go your way. The A's just being the A's. The Angels, while being a bit more competitive, they eventually fell apart. The Astros and Rangers playing the way they did. So
the
that
pitch.
helped.
Now here's going to be a ground ball right to first base, tossed over to first. And that's going to be in time. And it is pretty much game time as we got one more out. And after this out, if there is after this out, magic number will be down to 1.
Yeah. But But yeah, you can't hinge on all 4 of those teams playing the same way that they did this season. Some
And
might
now
play
we've
better,
got
some might
we got
play
Jake Myers up to the plate, the man who messed up on the double play on Saturday on the Mariners, that diving catch by Victor Robles. And I wish you were there on the show when that happened because I lost
worse.
my, you know what.
I was not wanting to watch that Astro series. I was like, I am done with the Astros.
And now we got an 0-1 count. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball foul, and it is game time. So the Mariners have secured their playoff spot. Magic number is now 2, but the magic number could become 1 after this. It all comes down
Yes,
to this.
they do actually, TK. That's the sad thing.
It is now
the Mariners
0-2.
don't even have the best run differential in the division,
Now,
despite
who
the fact
does?
they're about to win it.
Now here's the 0-2. He is set and he is ready to Jake Myers. Here's Kelly. Now the pitch and a swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. And now the magic number for the Mariners division is 1. 1. So it could happen at any time throughout this week. Like, the crazy thing is, so think about this. The only way Astros win a division at this point is basically if the Mariners lose every and the chances of that is, objectively speaking,
the Astros are not going to win another game for the rest of the season. I'm going to say it right here.
Are you declaring them out of the playoffs too at this point?
Oh yes, they are done. They are out. Because to get in the playoffs, they would have to win at least a few games, and they are not. They are done. This team gave up, and they have no idea how to hit a ball.
Well, all I could say is, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I know. I saw a lot of fans, Astro fans on.
Then because
I do. I agree. They have to, because there's just too much on the line after the season. You got Logan Gilbert and George Kirby on club control, but they're on arbitration. Randy Rosarena on arbitration. Josh Naylor contract is expired. Same with Eugenio Suarez. So basically, everything is on the line for this run.
It's just, you have to take advantage of the weak AL this year, because the other thing that this is the bad side, no one gets fired. So all the bad things you hate about Wilson and Dipoto, they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
As long as they win a World Series, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll deal with it.
Yeah, but if they don't, they're going to be stuck there for a bit, and there's nothing you can do to get rid of them.
But at this point, emotionally, I couldn't take another season of no playoffs. At this point, I was like, now they're smoking like hookah. Or is that cigar? No, that's not hookah. That's got to be a cigar. Hey, I got a question for you, Josh. Would you guys smoking a pancake? You know, smoking a pancake, cigarette?
Definitely.
Nope.
Sure.
All right. Cigar and a waffle? Nope. Pipe in a crate? Nope. Bong in a blintz? Nope. That's not right. I was like, oh, no, then there's no pleasing you. That's not right. Ooh, hello. That's the keeper. That movie would not exist today. That movie would be canceled out of the water if that movie came out today.
TK.
Dipoto is merely Woodward here. Still, no one will admit it.
Yeah. Because they'll say, well, he got us to the playoffs, and if we make the World Series, he got us to the World Series, so he knows what he's doing.
Oh, Woody Woodward tier. Yeah, I can see that.
Or be the manager of the Nationals before he finally got fired. The only reason why he was still there is because he won in 2019.
Yeah. Well, I have actually got to roll. I got to go to the bathroom again because maybe I'm going to, myself in excitement because of this. But everyone, thank you for being here. Josh, thank you for being here. Honestly, you were more clutch than Josh Naylor today for the Mariners. And I'm going to close it. I got to get going. I got YouTube shorts to take out and stuff like that. But I'll be back tomorrow for the Mariners versus the Astros, where the magic number is 1. And go Mariners.
I'm not saying it.
All right. Good night.